complete delivery and pickup that you make for our guests. All right, so just think about that for a little bit. All you got to do is be motivated and take the steps to improve your livelihood. Again, this is brand new. Carshierge has been around for a little bit over a year. We're now scaling. So this information is for those folks that don't want to do it full time. Okay, so let's get into the training. Here an email. So be an email from Carshierge, and you'll be able to see exactly what bookings are available on the platform, and you can accept or reject each of the bookings that you think is either within your area of operation, or if you are able to go past your area of operation, you can more than likely get that booking accomplished. So again, the first thing to do is accept the booking. After you've accepted the booking, now you have to make preparations to actually begin the process. The first thing you want to do is to confirm that you have the availability for the specific date, place, and location for which you have to deliver the vehicle. So what that means then is you have to prepare the vehicles for delivery, right? So if you have to clean the vehicle, vacuum the vehicle, get it ready, communicate with the Carshierge team so you can be deployed at the right time to move the vehicle from the location where it is currently and get it delivered so the host and the guests can feel as though you are enabling them for that awesome rideshare experience, because that's the bottom line. Enabling the guest and the host have that seamless interaction, and you like the middle person as the Carshierge. So you make sure you're ready to deliver, and once that's all ironed out, you'll be ready to go to make your 5% commission of the delivery fee. Once the delivery is done, then would be a pickup option, right? So as soon as the delivery is done, and in about a day or so, you should be able to see your 5% of the delivery fee into your Cash App, or if you want that sent to you directly through a bank payment, we can also make that happen. So, but what you gotta understand is by registering and being a host that's within a Carshierge platform, you can actually open yourself to additional revenues. How do you do that? Because now you can also share your vehicle and have other Carshierge help you deliver those vehicles. And once those vehicles get delivered, you not only get the lion's share of the revenues, but you can also be able to impact how well the customer service is between your vehicle and that of the guest, right? And then you can also determine what that means. We really like a lot of Carshierge, especially the new ones that are coming up, to understand is the rideshare industry is poised for explosive growth. And I will tell you right now, the leader in the space is Turo. However, Turo is not yet a public company. They just reported, as a matter of fact, their first positive net profit since they've been in existence. They've been consistently reporting negative income, but they just now reported a positive net income. So what that means is all industry participants in this space, so long as you're doing the right way of doing business and you are providing what I call optimum and optimized rideshare experience, you are poised to be part of a burgeoning industry that's going to see explosive growth. So stand by, and we're going to tell you some more stuff that I think you should be mindful of as you start getting into this business. Some of the pitfalls that I've seen a lot of people that try to get into the business right off the bat without doing their research is they're not prepared. So as a cashier, I would expect you to have your cleaning kit. In other words, you should have a bag that has sanitizers, you have gloves, you also have the bag where you have like a window cleaner. I've also seen some people that I was recommended to have a mini vacuum cleaner and some air fresheners, right? What that does is help you get the car ready in a quick turn. Another pitfall that I've seen a lot of new Carshierge or rideshare people fall into is expecting the volume to be out the gate to the point where they can't just even do a good customer service. So you want to make sure that it's not every particular booking that you can accept, right? The reason that's important is you don't want to accept a booking that you cannot make the promise on. In other words, if you have a booking where a customer is saying, I'm going to need that in the next 30 minutes, but you don't have enough time because it's going to take enough time to actually clean, prepare the vehicle, and then drive the vehicle from point A to point B. I don't recommend you do that. I think you know. So again, to sum up what I just mentioned, we're in an explosive industry that's seen unparalleled growth. It's a seasonal industry in terms of based off if you're in an industry in a location where there's a lot of seasonal travel. But if you're in a location where the demographics of the folks are immune to seasonal travel, then you're probably on the way where in a sweet spot, I call it. So do a thorough analysis of your industry and see to what extent your location is prime for car sharing, because I don't think a lot of locations perform at the same rate based on a seasonal trend. So again, to sum up what I just mentioned, we're in an explosive industry that's seen unparalleled growth. It's a seasonal industry in terms of based off if you're in an industry in a location where there's a lot of seasonal travel. But if you're in a location where the demographics of the folks are immune to seasonal travel, then you're probably on the way where in a sweet spot, I call it. So do a thorough analysis. Okay, now we're gonna get started with the actual way that I think you should be running the business. The first thing you want to do is set up your website. You're saying website. I say yes, set up your website. You already have the Carshierge app. So the Carshierge app is actually your platform that you're going to utilize to run your business. Remember, our Carshierge, our sole goal is to optimize the rideshare experience, making it for an awesome experience between the guest and the host. You being the middle person in this transaction means that you have a lot to do with this process. So what I recommend you do, if you already are what's called a super host on the tour, where you have a whole bunch of people's cars that you're actually utilizing to help them, where they don't have to actually do the moving pieces, this is your tool. I made Carshierge for a super host like you. So what I need you to do is learn the intricacies of the Carshierge platform. And if you're a super host, I recommend you sign up for the medallion package. Okay, so that's for 12 months. You're gonna get for $8.99. I've told you exactly what needs to happen. I've told you how to scale the business. I've told you about the plans. We need to talk a little bit about the service level agreement. As you guys are aware, the service level agreement is a standard level of agreement between two parties on the rules of the game. So our service level agreement is straightforward. It says when somebody picks up a car, we expect them to take the car in good faith and deliver the car to the guest in good faith. When somebody is returning a car, we expect the same service level agreement and support, which means take the car from the guest, clean the car, and get it ready for the next guest from point A to point B, driving them from one point to another. So the maximum from a liability perspective will be dependent on the types of vehicles. Obviously, if you're driving a premium vehicle, we expect the liability to be northwards of $750,000. If you're driving a mid-tier vehicle, about $250,000, and also anything $100,000 or less will be for the silver packages or regular economy vehicles. So look at your insurance coverage and make sure you have the appropriate insurance when you're operating in vehicles. So don't forget, if you haven't already joined the Carshierge YouTube channel, here's your opportunity to sign up. You go to the www.carshierge.com, and under the information, you should be able to sign up and launch your YouTube affiliation with the Carshierge YouTube channel. The cool thing about the Carshierge YouTube channel, I'll also be releasing podcast episode within the playlist. So every opportunity that you see to watch new videos that are going to share some stories about the car sharing experience, what I expect you to do is actually be participants, okay? Be participants. If you have special content or comments that you would like us to talk about specific to the car sharing industry and particularly with car shares, my expectation is that we deliver on the promise to continue consistent training and get you guys optimized for the rideshare experience, because at the end of the day, when we deliver customer service that's impeccable to the guest, the host is going to be happy and you're going to make more profits. So now it's time to talk about the part that a lot of people don't like to do. Okay, so what I expect from you is get something to write down, take a little notes, and I'm gonna begin this part. And again, this is the business analysis perspective, and this is also the review process from a customer service experience. Okay, so every so often we're gonna be sending out surveys. These surveys are gonna be sent blindly to guests. Okay, there'll be random surveys. Now, based on a quarterly review of the delivery promise that we're giving to the guest, based on the service level agreement, we're going to be conducting surveys to see to what extent the customer service experience meets or exceeds their standard. Okay, so what I want you to do is write that down. If you haven't already done so, I need you to go to the Carshierge website and type in some information so you can get used to that website, because what we're going to do also, we're going to roll out a blog, a Carshierge blog, and that blog is going to be within the website, and that's a space for you guys to chat about what you want to see, share some ideas about the experiences that you're currently having, and see if there's room for improvement, or share some good lessons learned that you've seen. So check out that site, carshierge.com, and go in there and look at the Carshierge blog and tell us exactly what you would like to see on the blog. 427 of those came to the United States. In 2006, that vehicle came out the gate with 600 plus horsepower in 2006. Just imagine the caliber of performance that old, but compare that to some of the cars that you see right now, and you tell me exactly if that's not a car that's going to not only maintain its value, but possibly go up in value and be a big player in 2024.